Alright, I'm going to do a quick little video of how to change your little LED lights in your speedometer or your tachometer on a Harley Davidson. If you look closely at these lights, the corners are notched. I usually take a marker and put a little dab of black to where the corner that's notched goes, because that tells you the polarity of the LED lights. If you get it mixed around, they won't light up, so that's pretty critical. But it's actually not as hard as what people make it out to be. Pretty much I've got a 25-watt soldering iron with a kind of a thin tip on it. The main thing is just you don't want to get your chipboard overly excessively hot, and you don't want to get your new LEDs too hot when you put them on either. But pretty much what I do to get these LEDs off, you just take your tip and you heat up the one side and push on it as you see it flip forward, and then you just go around and you do the opposite side, and there, that one's off. And what I do, not saying this is how the pros or whoever you want to say does it, but to make it easier on myself, I put a little bit of soldering wire on my iron. I'm using a 22 thousandths diameter, something light and simple. Then I go and actually just dab a little bit of solder where I took the light off from. So that way there's a little bit of solder there already for when I go to solder new lights on. Grab my new LED. I look for the corner that is notched like we talked about earlier. Grab it with tweezers. Hold it in place. Get one side soldered down pretty good, and then what I usually do is I take my finger and I squeeze down on that side, heat it up, and it falls right into place. But that's pretty much the simple way of doing it. There's a total of 8 LEDs. These 4 that go across right here are for your dummy gauges, which I left mine alone. The only ones I changed was the bottom 2 right here go for your odometer, tells you your mileage on your bike. I changed those to red also, and then it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5, and there's 3 around the needle part right there. So it's actually 10 total, I'm sorry. And then 2 that go for your odometer. But that's how I do it, and works out pretty good. And then also I'd like to show my new faceplates. Get these from Gravestar Customs. He has a Facebook page. For the speedometer, the tach, and all 4 small gauges, it was only $62 shipped. Definitely a good bargain, I think. And that's the simple technique of changing the LEDs.